Peace to the family. Thank you for coming over to the Family Wealth Club. Let me explain some new things that we got going on, the new schedule, okay? Because the original schedule was just we were getting together second Saturday, fourth Saturday. We still get together on second and fourth Saturdays, but these Saturdays at 12 noon Eastern are dedicated to specific subject matter. So whether it be learning equity or ROI or bringing in a certified professional in their craft to come and share with us. So the first person I'm gonna bring in by far is my first real estate mentor, only 24 years old, young kid, does millions of dollars in real estate transactions. He is going to show you how he got paid, money in his pocket, to build his own house from the ground up and got paid doing it. All right, phenomenal. I know you're probably thinking like, how? So it's not hard, and I'm just going to paraphrase so you can get an idea of why you need to be within the Family Wealth Club and understanding this kind of information is very real. So let's say hypothetically he got a loan from a private lender. A private lender is a person, not an institution. A person who you know has the money. No matter how they got the money, they got the money, okay? So let's just say hypothetically he gets a loan for $300,000. And the private lender say, hey, I want 10% back, which is $30,000. So I want you to pay me back $330,000. So he gets a house built, and let's say the house hypothetically is appraised for $500,000, $500,000. The bank says, whoa, this property is really worth $500,000 in this neighborhood, right? So the bank says, I'm gonna give you 80% LTV, loan to value. So if the property costs $500,000, the bank says, I'll give you 80% of that, which is $400,000. And now this $400,000 will be in a mortgage, okay? So now you're gonna have to start paying the bank some money. So say the bank gave him $400,000, okay, in a mortgage. So now he has to pay the guy $330,000, right? So now that's $70,000 that's left over. That $70,000 now can go into his pocket. Real story, okay? And so he's going to actually share the math and how to structure that deal. He's also going to share another technique that he used while he bought a brand new Range Rover for tax purposes, okay? So we need to understand that these things are very real and how to play, or not even a game of finance, but improve our finances, okay? So that's going to be second and fourth Saturdays, 12 noon Eastern, subject matter, okay? Very important. And then, speaking of that kind of financial games, I get with you on a one-on-one basis, and you have to play a financial simulation. I promise you, I'm not making this up. 9 out of 10 people, 90%, will go bankrupt on your first try, second try, third try even. You're going to go bankrupt, guaranteed.
And I got so far behind in the game that I went bankrupt.
Hi, what's good, world? Prince Paulie here, reporting live from Miami. I recently joined the Family Wealth Club with Noble Ampu, and it's been pretty awesome. We just got through doing an activity where we were able to play, like a game, and it was very interesting, man. In the game, I got bankrupt twice, so I learned a lot of different things.
You're going to go bankrupt, guaranteed, because we don't know how to make financial decisions. Can you imagine a game that says, hey, this is your job, this is how much money you get on paydays, okay? Every time you go on the board, you go past your payday, you get paid. But if you get a baby, your payday shrinks and your expenses go up because you got a baby. What happens if all your expenses are due at one time? Your payday, or on-hand money rather, your on-hand amount, not your payday, your on-hand amount, that money shrinks. What happens if you buy stock and the company flounders and goes bad and you lose half your stocks? What happens if you start learning to buy properties, but then the interest rates go up and then you lose your properties to the bank or something? Or the opposite is true too. Somebody comes and wants to buy things from you and you make money. The object of the game is for you to make financial decisions where you can see for yourself if you know how to make financial decisions to become rich. And once you go bankrupt, I swear, you should have a stark realization that you don't know what the F you're doing with money. And that should be your wake-up call right then and there. So I humbly offer you that challenge. If you want to play the game for free and see And I promise you, if you bankrupt, you got to make the promise that you're going to come on in. All right? Because if you go bankrupt, you don't know what you're doing with money. So when people come in, I send out random email. I send out an email to the whole group and say, hey, I'm available right now from 12 to 2. Who want to play the game? And let's get it cracking. And then I also send out a random email to a select few people and say, hey, I want you. You're available. I want you to come over here because I want to see if you can play this game. I want to make sure everybody that's inside of the Family Wealth Club has absolutely passed this particular game. And there's 2 phases to it. And I'll say the second phase for later. But I want to make sure that you are making sure that you yourself know how to make financial decisions to become wealthy. It's very important. Okay. Now, I have something new, 2 things. One is Real Estate Fridays. Man, I can't wait. Every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I tell people, get your pizza, get whatever you're going to get. We're going to look at deals in your neighborhood. So if you're on the line, like we had a call this Saturday, and I was giving them a sneak peek into Real Estate Fridays that's coming up this Friday. One of the guys was like, hey man, I'm right here in Minnesota. We put in the zip code, found an awesome property, like 74,000. We saw some rehabs that was taking place on the same street and the street behind them. And they were selling for mid 200s, 230, 240 in that range. So this was potentially profitable. And so what I'm going to do with Real Estate Fridays is 2 things. One is I want you to get into this area of flip, really understand flips. Okay. Because like I said, from Adams Data Solution, you can type this up yourself and look at the average profit for home flipping. In the first quarter of 2018, it was like $69,500, almost $70,000, right? You know, if you follow Real Estate Investing on YouTube, then you get these Ross Hamiltons. I get these Ross Hamilton commercials that say, boom, do you know the average flip from a home was $60,000? And he slams down, $60,000 in cash. So I want you to be able to get access to this. So how do you get access to it? 1, you're going to become educated on learning how to find deals in your immediate neighborhood. 2, you're going to be the project manager. Once you know how to find a deal, assess a deal by being a project manager, and you get to go ahead and put a general contractor in place that say, yeah, I can fix this thing for only $50,000. And we say the deal still makes sense because you're going to communicate with me. We're going to say, yep, this deal still makes sense. Then at this particular point, we're going to leverage my hard money lender. So I already have a lender. You and I are basically going to become partners, man. So let's get this money. We're going to become partners. I'll use the leverage of my lender. My lender says, hey, you can be in 3 deals at one time. Okay. So right now I'm in 0 deals with my lender. Okay. So my lender says you can be in 3 deals. So I want to help you find a deal, and we use the leverage of my lender. Now, there is a little money going this route that needs to be paid because you have to pay $650 for an inspection report if they send their appraiser out, termite report. If they see mold, then we need a mold report because mold can't exceed $5,000, things like that, right? If there's cracks in the wall in the basement, it may be a foundation issue, but we don't know, then we may have to get we have to get a structural engineer report and whatnot. And so there are some inspection fees that go along with the process. Plus the lender may only carry 70% of the loan. Therefore, we have to bring the remaining money of closing costs. So somebody has to come up with that out-of-pocket expense right there to close the deal. And we can do it, and we just work out a partnership where you're the project manager, you're overseeing your own project and whatnot. We're just basically leveraging our account and helping you, and we're helping each other basically, and we're going to grow together, okay? Or you can say, you know what, I got that money, I can pay that, no problem, and whatnot. We still leverage their money to pay for the entire deal. We can work it out is my point. So I want you to really get into this flip space, all right? So a lot of people that share in real estate do a great job, but I'm willing to go that extra mile and say, listen, I'm in a situation where real life, I have a lender, my lender says I can have up to $250,000 max in 3 deals. So that's $750,000 max that I can be in within 3 deals. Let's leverage that together, and you find a deal, and let's make it pop, okay? Because I'm gonna show you the zip code, your desired zip code that you wanna look at, and we're gonna look at properties in real time. The second avenue is wholesale. Wholesale is just simply when You say you're gonna buy the house, you go in contract, you're in agreement to buy it, and within your inspection period, you assign your contract to someone else and then they buy it. Finding the buyer is not hard, ladies and gentlemen. That's the easy part. The hardest part is just making sure is getting the seller or getting a homeowner who may not even be selling them house to give you a call back, because trust me, all homeowners, especially in urban America, are getting postcards from investors to say, hey, I buy your house cash, fast closing. And then they got to pick up the phone and call somebody and make a decision. So then your postcard, and I know our templates of postcards are the bomb digging for sure, okay? So you want to have your postcards, and you may have a little bit of money, obviously, that you need to have postcards, because you're going to put these postcards in the mail and mail them out, okay? But again, that's little money. Or you may pay for something called skip tracing, where you got the address and you want to generate a phone number and an email, and you want to email the person and physically call the person. Depends on your style, okay? Hell, you may even go knock on their door, take them out for lunch or something. Depends on your style. But my job is to show you the avenues, whether it's wholesale and flip, on how to find the properties in your immediate area. And then again, if we flip and leverage the lender into the situation so we all can win at the same time, okay? So Real Estate Fridays, I'm super duper stoked about that. It's going to take place every single Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, okay? Then, one more thing. I have Think Tank Tuesday. As of right now, I'm super excited about this. One Tuesday out the month, we get together, and that Tuesday is for you to have 60 seconds to pitch your idea in your brand. And this is where you will also say, hey, you know what? I got a problem. I'm thinking about introducing this new fragrance. What do y'all think? Should I go with this one or this one? Or any problem that you may be having, this is the opportunity for you to think and to get people's feedback. Because oftentimes on this journey of entrepreneurship, you're a solopreneur. You're not necessarily a business owner. A business owner would be someone who have employees, like a franchise, and they don't have to show up and it's still clicking, right? But if everybody don't show up, it ain't working no more, right? But my point is, a lot of people are in the solopreneur aspect as their first step to becoming an entrepreneur, and that's fine. But now here is a place where you can brainstorm, think of ideas, get feedback, and help free that creative mental energy up so things can start flowing. But most importantly, you get to network, share your business, and then somebody may say, hey, I got this opportunity in California. Why don't you come out here for the weekend, stay at my house, and let's both go do this event, and I'll help you out because I'm doing something similar. Right? So you get to network and brainstorm. That's very, very, very important that you be able to have that, because again, as a solopreneur, we be by ourselves. I'm expecting our think tank to at least match the Real Estate Fridays, because that's every week. Real Estate Fridays, the think tank is only one Tuesday out the month, but I know off rip it's going to grow to 2 Tuesdays out of the month. So with 2 Saturdays, your second and fourth Saturday, dealing with material and subject matter and guest speakers, okay, with 4 Fridays out of the month on average, sometimes 5, but on average 4 Fridays out of the month specifically dealing with real estate. Okay, so that's now 6 events, all right? And then Think Tank Tuesdays, as of right now, 1 Tuesday. That's 7 webinars and calls that you will be involved in a month. 7, okay? So that's obviously more than one thing going on the average every single week, so you can stay in the loop and so we can grow our personal finances, so we can help ourselves and our family become financially wealthy. All right, so that's the Family Wealth Club, and that's what the schedule looks like. We look forward to seeing you. Peace.
Noble and Poole, big shouts out to the Prosperity Investment Group. The guy's an excellent coach, positive influence, and he is absolutely helping to heighten the financial literacy for those around him. So if you haven't had a chance to participate, highly encourage you to do so. Thank you all for listening. Take care and hope this message finds you well. Peace.